Welcome to Game Devs Play Games, where you can watch games and practice game design, and today we are playing Flinthook, a game a little close to my heart here.
Tribute has, for quite some time now, been, I guess maybe not as much your favorite, ever since we played Mercenary Kings. But I've been a huge fan of their work since
They've been honing their craft. Wizorb was awesome.
Wizorb was still awesome.
I just had gripes about that game. But that being said, moving on to bigger, better things. Here's Flinthook. It is basically a new take on a Mega Man X game, really.
Oh, yeah?
I mean, it's like
roguelike platformer with grappling mechanics.
Yes. Boom.
You got the quick hook. Is that what it was? Or was it the Flinthook?
I think it's the quick hook.
Okay.
I could be wrong. But anyway, so yeah, it's as you can see, I have a reticle that moves around, and that is the same thing I use to move itself, and I can hook onto these cool little hooky poos.
And if you grab that, you go woo! So I haven't actually played this game yet. You and I have been watching this one from afar for a while now.
Yeah, it's been on our radar.
And I think I got maybe a minute of gameplay in when I was at GDC, because they had a little booth set up. And I didn't get since I was volunteering with the IGDA, I didn't get a chance to go around playing many games. And as they were wrapping up everything and closing down the convention center, I caught the Flinthook station. I was like, "Oh, this is here! Oh, I gotta play this!" And I played it until some guy came up to me and was like, "Hey, we gotta turn off the computer." And I was like, "But
I just." So this right here is why I say it's very reminiscent of Mega Man X. The wall jump mechanics are almost identical. I know I played a lot of Mega Man X in my lifetime.
So then my question to that is that something that's utilized throughout the game as an important mechanic?
The wall bounce, occasionally actually. Ooh, I messed up. All right, so a little bit. There's a lot of times actually I'll hit a portion. I'm like, I can't move any farther. There's nothing to hook onto. Oh yeah, I can jump off walls. So
maybe it's just you use it as much as you are cognizant of it still being an ability.
Yeah. So this is a mechanic that is completely into its own and gives Flinthook here its own feel. You are basically a space pirate that uses a variety of different tools to get things done. And look at these
I thought that was
time barriers.
I was
it's not. Why are you doing that?
Well, it's like an energy barrier, but because you slow down time,
it's like a particle accelerator. And then you're slowing down time so you can move through the particles.
I'm not a physics master, so I can't say whether or not that's how anything even remotely close to that would work.
It works in space.
But I'm mesmerized by sci-fi pulp sci-fi technology.
Oh yeah,
it could be a thing, and I love it.
All right, so clearly they want me to. How do I do this?
So is this the tutorial? Are they just do the things? Learn how to play the game.
Yes. I wish that there was it was a little more narratively driven, because it doesn't make any sense that all the items I needed to pick up were just kind of there.
Are these all items that you start the game with?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So it's just a tutorial starting off. So this is one of the mechanics. There's bells, and if you hook onto them, they will change the block setup.
All right. Makes sense. It's a good puzzly kind of mechanic.
Yep. And then eventually becomes a combat mechanic too.
Boss battle. You killed him.
It's more think of it more like a danger room than a boss battle.
Oh, I see. So you're dealing with waves rather than
yes,
a single giant enemy. Are there bosses in this game?
Yes, actually.
Okay.
So you mentioned it before. Oh man, come on.
It's the wrong direction, Nathan.
There we go. You mentioned it before, it's a roguelike platformer, and also you basically you're gonna go through these ships. We're in a ship right now. Mm-hmm. Here, and here's the plot basically.
Oh, okay.
This guy.
So, Space Wizard summons a chest, and then disappears. Eerie.
Right. It's, I guess, eerier.
What's in the box?
And then you found Slimy. Use your trusty goo compass. Goo compass.
Okay, yeah, they had him in the little opening cinematic, and I was like, you have a guy, a little goo guy.
Yeah, he's a goo compass. You have to feed him ghost gems, and then once you feed him enough ghost gems, he tells you the way to your next bounty. So basically, the premise is every time you beat a ship, you get one of the pieces, and then once you get 3 pieces, at first it's 3 pieces, it may get more, then you will find the way to the boss's ship, and then you face the boss.
Okay, so there's an end game.
Yes.
Because not all roguelikes necessarily have. I guess most sort of do.
This is much more a roguelite than it is a roguelike. It is more like
procedural death labyrinth.
Yes, it is a procedural death labyrinth. It is much more reminiscent to Rogue Legacy than it is your typical roguelike.
So are there things that carry over after you die?
Gotta smash it. Gotta smash it.
Gotta mash it.
Every time, yeah. So
Bad Billy Bullseye.
Gotta get Bad Billy Bullseye.
Your target.
He's my
He's got a pretty shootable eye.
My bounty.
Like, that's the kind of guy you look at and you're like, I kind of want to shoot you in the eye.
Do this, then he.
I don't trust space wizards, man. He's up to no good.
Especially space wizards that can fly through space without needing a
mask.
Yeah.
And like they can laugh into the lack of atmosphere.
Yeah, right?
He's up to something.
I mean, as I said, we don't know much about science, but hey, I'm pretty sure that's not a thing.
Oh, you level up.
Yes, so you'll get levels, and when you gain levels, like every level you gain, you'll get special items and stuff that you can equip that you don't necessarily get, but you can equip them at the beginning of your run. So
okay.
We've done the tutorial. Moving on to get Bad Billy Bullseye.
I love the music so much.
Oh, it's so freaking good. All right, collect treasure, rank up, and you gain packs of perks, and you'll get like 3 perks in a pack or whatever.
Okay.
And you equip perks to your slots, and then use them when you're going through your crap to do things. There's the green. There's 2 currencies. There's gold, which is currency during your run. So while I'm going through, like, fighting off my 4 spaceships or whatever it is, I have gold, and that will last for that run. Once I beat that, or if I die, that refreshes.
Right.
The green, the little gems here, on the other hand, used in the black market to purchase items outside.
Were the green ones the skull, square, or rectangular? Yeah. Oh, okay.
So we have none right now.
Those look gold to me, but that's because I can't see green.
So, okay, so here are our perks right now. I'm going to say how much they cost, and you'll notice at the top that I'm able to equip 3. So, some of these will cost 2, and they'll even, like, when you highlight it, will show you how many it like...
Is that also what that little, like... Oh, okay, yeah. That makes sense.
So,
I like that it both gives you a numeral and also gives you the
bar as well. Yeah. Yeah, they do a good job to, like, make sure you know what's going on.
Mm-hmm. And it doesn't, like, clutter the space. Solid UI design.
Okay, so we're going to go a little bonus extra hit experience because it's early in the game. So, yeah, you do that. And we can either get an apple at the beginning of every ship or just give us plus 10 hit points. And we're going to do... Or we could do this, I guess. But then I'd not be using one of my bars. So we're going to give us plus 10 hit points. Bam! All right. And that's all I can equip for now, but I might get more items later that I could equip. So it's all optional, as I said. It's like, boom, we're good to start. All right, so I have a choice between one of these 3 ships here.
Now, is there ever a chance that you'll choose the ship with the boss, or is it like you have to go through the right?
No, these are not the boss ships. They will lead you to said boss ship.
Is there like some amount of consistency? So if you like choose that little ship, is it usually a shorter level, or is it like
Yes,
easier?
Actually, and you can tell by the name. This is an ironhead, and this is a metal whale.
Oh, it even gives you a little... Go back to the last one. It shows you, like, that's labyrinthian.
Yes.
It shows you a little, like, maze at the bottom.
It's pretty big, and, like, there's rooms all over the place, and that's how that one works. This one says there's a platoon on board, which I think just means that there's more enemies, but also means that maybe there's more danger rooms. I'm not exactly sure, and I've never heard of this one before.
Fly axe infestation.
So that's the one we're going to do, because I want to know what that means. So some of them will just be like, there's a shop on board. Some of them will be like, hey, there's a lore room. Cool. And there's a platoon. Crap. So
okay, so it's like the random variable.
If you notice, I just launched a grappling hook through space out of my ship.
You and
we're in a Myrmidon
grappling hooks.
Myrmidon galaxy. Zook. Beautiful. So yeah, we're in a Myrmidon galaxy, so everything we're fighting is like mermaid related.
Wow. Danger room immediately. Cool. I'm digging this. So, is it, in terms of challenge, is there very quick turnaround times between runs? Or can it go on for like hours at a time?
No, generally the levels are relatively quick. That said, the game can be incredibly difficult.
In like a good way or a bad way? Or in either way?
Usually in a good way. It will usually draw me in. That being said, there's just sometimes it's a little so difficult that I'm just like, I can't play anymore right now, which is generally not always a good thing.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, like, even Dark Souls has things like that too. So
yeah.
It's like, it almost a necessary byproduct of like giving the player that like feeling of absolute achievement.
Maybe these are fly axes.
Yeah, that's my guess. But it's like, that's what makes Dark Souls compelling, right? Is that it's so difficult that when you win, you're just like, I am amazing.
And there is a bit of that too, of feeling awesome and rewarded.
It's a little bit of, there's one of those little bell things.
Yeah, sometimes the levels do that, and I don't know if it's like trying to say that there's a secret bell somewhere, or
I mean,
I'm pretty sure there's not.
Some, like it's coins out of that spot. Oh,
that's because I blew up a like a piece of atmosphere, which was a what was it? It was like a treasure bag or something. Like, see, I just blew up that urn that was next to me. So gold will come out of things like that.
So destroying things in the environment actually is useful.
Yeah, and it's so easy to destroy things because you just have like a little blaster gun that it's not something that you have to think about.
That's true. So does it ever like get to the point where it's just cumbersome? You're just like, I'm tired of like blowing up everything in the level.
No, because gold isn't the most important thing.
So if you just stop blowing things up, it's just like, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, that's easily one of the riskier moves that a lot of games like this will often do, is like, if you can get important resources like health or permanent resources out of like random lootable objects, suddenly it means that the player has to go in every single level and blow up every single one of them. And it gets tedious. Older games like even God of War did that, where it was like, you have to break all the pots because sometimes you just get experience out of them. So you just
like,
break
why? I'm the God of War. Why am I blowing up?
Yeah. Like, there's even contextual issues too. But it's just like the behaviors that it encourages is often like, it's a time waster. It's how those games are like, they can market themselves as like 60 plus hours of gameplay. Yeah, because 90% of it was time wasters.
Yeah.
It's like, that's not a good selling point.
Fantasy 15. So there's a cool thing to mention about the hook mechanic in this game, and that's the closer you are to the hook, the farther you'll launch. It's like it's like slinging a rubber band. So like you'll go a little farther, a little faster. Notice, but if you're farther away from it, it's, I don't know. It has a bit of an interesting physics to it, and the game mentions it it mentions it as well. I
mean, that's kind of cool. It's like you have more power, so you kind of hurl yourself further.
Yeah, it also leads to interesting platforming challenges. Oh no.
Do you think that's one of the things? So like, getting the grappling hook mechanics right was probably one of the most important things to make Flinthook successful in its design. It'd be like playing a straight up like jumping platformer, where the jumping just like feels like shit.
Oh god, does he
like,
just
If the grappling didn't feel good in this game, then it would just be like, why am I playing this game? Especially because grappling is like the main draw. Not bad.
That sucked.
Got one of those green gems though.
Oh, the treasure chest is over there.
But I wonder if the thing you're talking about with like, if you're closer to the thing that you hook onto, I wonder if that was part of one of the necessary physics things that they designed to give it some of its good game feel. Like, if it was always the same amount of force, no matter how close you were, maybe it like just didn't feel quite right.
It could have not felt right. It could also taken away from, I don't know, player ingenuity. Because like there's certain times where you're just like, made it.
That's fair.
So this is the end of the stage for the record. How are we doing on time?
Get a dancing chest. We still have
5 minutes. So I could go back to the other levels, but I think I'm just going to finish it off here because the rest of the rooms aren't necessary.
Yeah, do you know where you are on the map, if only because of the flashing icon? So it's like
so the very top
and chest, Flinthook and chest.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
The room before me was like some type of death room. I guess that's why the skeleton's there. And then the question marks haven't been there yet.
Not really a fan of that map design, actually.
Why so?
It's distracting. Like, anything that flickers like that can kind of, like, draw your attention away from it. And it could be way worse, to be fair. But I think they could have portrayed that information the exact same way just by having, like, a white highlight on that tile or on that square. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, like, maybe it wouldn't... I don't know. I feel like that would read faster and be less distracting. Like...
I guess once you're in it, like, I often forget about the map. I often forget about the map, so I don't, like, find it distracting very often.
So are the skulls, like, how difficult it is?
Yeah, I think so. Overall, it's its overall difficulty. So I could go back to the metal well where there's or to a metal well. There's a tenderizer.
Oh, that's what that counter is. So when you hit 3, you go to the main ship.
Yes, once I have 3 of the gems that would lead to said bad guy.
Oh, okay.
Treasure room, danger room, a lot of lasers, and I don't know what a cornucopia is, but a laser. I don't want to go to the areas where there's lasers.
Cornucopia?
Yeah.
I
It means there's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah?
It's a lot. Yeah. I don't know. Of something.
A lot of lasers, man.
Yeah. But this one it's a level 2 area, but it does have a treasure area, so.
Oh, okay.
Going there.
I mean, heck yeah.
I'm not doing the best on life. I have just a little over half my life right now.
Oh, so your damage carries it through levels.
Yep.
So
that's why I called it a run. Every time I like pick up an apple, I heal. So sometimes if I'm really lucky, items will have it. Otherwise, when I get done with the danger room, the treasure chest will usually have a little bit.
Is health generally pretty scarce?
No, honestly, it's not really scarce. It's just a matter of hoping that you are actually gaining more health than you're losing.
That's fair.
And so I just got 2 apples just then.
Dang.
Or maybe just 1. Oh no, I forgot that there's... Oh god. That was a trap. This is a trap.
Yeah, it's clever too, because they show you that they're there. It's easy to get past them when you're in the room.
Yep.
And then you forget about them so quick.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
You better mo better, man.
This game is defined by the words do better, mo better.
I mean, most good roguelikes definitely share that same thing.
Go. Oh yeah. All right. So this room, you notice that the hooks that I can latch onto over there, they're green. So I have the feeling
they're green.
These are green right here.
Oh, so
oh no!
think...
Oh no!
Oh,
okay.
They'll twist. Oh.
Yes. So these are available now.
I want to point out.
I gave myself a floor here.
So those hooks, those are pretty cleverly designed. So one side is green, the other side is like green-blue, maybe just blue.
Yeah.
Not totally sure. But it's choosing 2 color palettes that, if you're colorblind like me, you'll be able to see at least one of those colors and see that they don't match the other hooks.
Do you think that was their intention with it?
I hope so, because it seems like a really smart choice, and the color choices still work pretty well. Because blue and green work well, and you're either yellow-blue colorblind or red-green colorblind, and very rarely are you something that would take out both of those. Like if you only see monochromatic colors like black and white and grays, then I mean, I'm sorry that there's
nothing we could do for you, man.
Well, there's still things you could do. It's just like no game designers ever take that into account either. That's where patterns start becoming really useful. Oh, it's a shop.
Yeah, it's like this guy. Isn't my cushion nice? You don't have enough gold to buy it. Believe me.
Yeah, but like, you've got a great beard. Can I buy that?
You can talk to him and he'd be like, I give you stuff and you give me money to buy more cushions.
All right, I have a really important question.
Yes.
Are those eyebrows or eyes?
So I've wondered, I think they're eyebrows. I like to believe that they're eyebrows.
Do you think he doesn't have any eyes?
I think...
Or maybe they're like hidden inside the eyebrows?
He's like a lobster guy. Look at him.
He is. So maybe his eyes are actually underneath the turban, and that's like a mustache.
Ah.
Ooh, they make you think that they're eyebrows. Sneaky.
So one day he's just going to take off the turban and surprise us all. So here's the cool thing. So we have 563 gold. These are like permanent items. If I buy these, they go into my like selectable items list.
And that's because they're cards.
Yes. So I could do that.
And will that just like heal you?
Heals me, and I only have 40 health. So we're gonna do this, and then if I get enough to come back and buy, I can buy snack attack.
I would think that space meat would have healed you more.
Yeah. It also gave me 25 health, which is strange because almost everything damages you in increments of 10.
Would it be better to spend the rest of your gold and buy one of those cards, or is it better to like save up and hope that you're gonna buy something better?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna save up and hope that the next ship, if I get there, has stuff for me.
That's fair. Yeah, are there a lot of those were weapons, right?
Oh, crap.
Or were they just like different types of items you can start with?
Different types of items you can start with.
Is there a point in which like items that you've unlocked earlier become obsolete, or does everything kind of just like have its usefulness at various points?
I think there are definitely items that become obsolete as they are. Oh my god. Ooh, there we go. Ow. Ow.
I was about to be like, wait, Nathan, I think
I think there are items that'll be like, you start with an extra 10 health. And items that's like, you start with an extra 20 health. So I think that there's definitely a certain amount of, like, obsoleteness.
Do you think that's bad, though? Like...
Not in a... Well...
I mean, like, I think it's
all of those items...
But...
Well, I mean, here's the thing, is I went too far. Now I have to go back through that room. Awesome. I wasn't even paying attention to the map. But see, the thing is, like, the items that would give you 20 health instead of 10 health are going to cost more slots. So you're not necessarily just going to stop using them.
Yeah, so there might be a combination that...
Crap, man.
You would go back to one of the earlier items just to fill up those last, like, few slots.
Alright, here we go. Time to not die.
25 health, you got this.
Get through it.
The music really has, like, the perfect level of energy.
Such a dick.
It just, like, makes me want to go punch some space pirates, even though that's probably what we are.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Alright, so this guy, you're gonna love this. You ready? In order to break his... Oh my god, Nathan. Alright. In order to break his bubble...
You have to grapple it?
Yep.
Oh. Ooh, you are playing risky, my friend.
Kinda have to sometimes.
Can you...
God damn it. Ah.
Whoa, space ghosts.
Aww,
was that your own
so
space
sad.
ghost, or did a space ghost save you?
So that was my own. Like, I think what's going on is this is a head, it's a mask. So it's inhabited a body. And the body died, and he was like, gotta retouch the body. And he, like, hooked back onto it.
Oh, that's kind of cool. So maybe it's like his body actually doesn't have a head anymore. It's just like
I think it showed
parasited its way.
I think it shows a head, but like just a silhouette, like when he died. So it's like, I think there's something there. We don't know what it looks like.
I mean, you know, I'd still be
cool
into the idea of
yeah.
it, like, seeping its, like, ghostly fingers into a spinal cord.
So now I've unlocked the black market.
See, that guy has an eye. And he's all like, sell me, I'll buy your liver.
What's with you and livers?
They're just, like, all laughing. We're evil. But
no,
we'll
they're not
help
evil. They're pirates.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. I love the crab that's on this.
You know, it's one of those ones that if, like, the octopus stopped laughing, the crab would keep laughing and be like, "What? Wait, why aren't you laughing?" But the crab's
He's watching very carefully to laugh at the same time.
Exactly. He's like, I'm only laughing because the octopus guy is laughing. Like a good familiar.
Oh, right. I forgot about these. Boom.
Boots?
They're free.
Boots.
Unlocks the aim ability, which you can hold on to the left bumper, you'll stay in place, and you'll be able to aim. I forgot about that, to be honest. These are all items. Oh, hey, look at this.
Insufficient coins.
This gets you 2 extra perk points. So this is like where it's at, right? Like you want to get the...
Do you have to equip it as a perk?
I mean, even so, it would work out.
You net one. We're over time, so we should call it here.
Yeah, that's fine.
But,
all right, we'll give it another go. But so this is
Flinthook is cool.
Freaking Flinthook.
I'm way into this.
Frickin' hook.
Friggin'
Flinthook.
Frickin' hook. Flinthook.
All right, guys. Question of the day. There's a lot that we actually went over.
Question of the day.
Well done.
What's the most important thing in the platforming of this game? I mean, like, the grappling is kind of the thing. So maybe what's most important in Flinthook to make the grappling successful as a platforming device? Because you rely on the grappling more than jumping.
Yeah. I mean, jumping gets you so far.
Yeah,
grappling is like you hit points where if you cannot grapple, you cannot get to the end. Like, it's simple as that. So yeah, it is the main primary device of transport, I guess. Anyway, bye.
Bye, everyone.
See you next episode.